Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Radical Wisdom Conference. We are delighted to be here with you today. I am Jocelyn Star Feather, and I am so honored and excited to be here with Emer Stassen. Hi, Emer. Welcome.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited about this conversation. So come on in and get comfy, everybody, and definitely go ahead and put your name and location into the chat as you are joining here on Zoom. Now, I will go live on YouTube. This will take just a moment. So we will bring in our YouTube community as well. And here in the Radical Wisdom Conference, we are revealing the hidden truths that we need to build the new world. So if you are joining us for the first time today or for the first time for this interview, you're in for a treat. We have so many wonderful speakers coming in, and Emer has so much beauty to share with us about the codes today. And there we go. We're live on YouTube as well. So hi, YouTube audience. Welcome in. Go ahead and put your name and location into the chat or the comments if you're watching this later as the replay. And we can't wait to welcome you here. Now, let's see who we have joining us on Zoom. Welcome, Stephen, in Vermont's Northeast Kingdom. Oh, Vermont must be so beautiful this time of year. Welcome, Jackie in Cambridge, UK. Welcome, Rothney in Kentucky. Carol in Lincoln, UK. Welcome, Rich in California. Katharina in, the words keep moving. Katharina in Germany. Mary in North Carolina, welcome. Verpi in Finland. Yay, glad you're back today, Verpi, and so glad you were on for many of the sessions yesterday. Welcome, Teresa in Massachusetts, Maggie in Ohio, Lori in Tennessee, Lee in Denver, Anne in Minneapolis, Jessica in Long Island. Wonderful, and many more. For those on Zoom, just a note to adjust the little blue box where you make the comments so that it says everyone, because if it says host and panelists above your comment, that means only Emer and I can see your comment. But if it says everyone above it, then everyone can see it. And welcome those on YouTube. Hi, Sharon in Virginia, and several people watching over there. Wonderful. So let us begin. And once again, welcome everybody to the Radical Wisdom Conference. We are so excited to share this powerful wisdom with you that is these long lost and forgotten truths that we are resurrecting, revivifying now because we need them to create the new world and birth this new world from our hearts. Now, Emer is going to share with us some really powerful insights today. And let me just introduce you to everyone, Emer, in case there's anyone here who may not know about your work yet. Emer is a Shanachie, or an Irish sacred storyteller and flame keeper for the healing and resurrection of the traditions of her Irish lineage. After graduating with a master's in economics and a Bachelor of Commerce degree from University College Dublin, she enjoyed a 20-year career in corporate financial services. And Emer and I have that in common. We were in corporate once, and now we're doing this amazing, fun, much more fun work.
Yes.
Yes, yes. In early 2017, Emer finally listened to the tug of her soul and the whispers of the witches to seek nourishment out with corporate and dove headfirst into entrepreneurship. A dramatic witch awakening on 8/8/2020, while going on a tour of the Edinburgh dungeons, plunged her deeper into healing the witch wounds of persecution, suppression, and silencing. Around the same time, her curiosity piqued into her own Irish heritage, realigning her with the Irish medicine wheel and Irish goddesses and gods, who she continues to forge deep and lasting relationships with. Goddess Brigid made herself known to Emer in early 2023, handing her a tiny ember that became a flame in the palm of her hand. Alongside Brigid came the Magdalens, who stepped into Emer's awareness as a collective returning now as one of deep, nurturing love. In late 2024, Emer founded the Irish Wisdom School, where the voices and wisdom of Ireland could speak freely once again. Yay! Emer runs online workshops, global online summits, and in-person retreats to Ireland, Scotland, and beyond. Emer is from Dublin, Ireland, and lives in Scotland with her husband, three children, and adorable border collie dog called Riley. And just to mention this at the beginning, Emer and I are guiding a sacred pilgrimage to Scotland this September 2026. So if you're interested in that, we'll put the link in the chat and below the video soon, and we'll talk more about that as we go.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't wait.
And yes, I know. I can't wait. It's going to be so magical. Now, Emer, I know you've been traveling lately around Scotland and Ireland and leading retreats in the last few months. And so I know you've been gathering the codes that you're going to be telling us about in this talk. Could you tell us a little bit about that and what are the codes that how do you understand that that word codes?
Mm, yes, thank you for such a beautiful introduction and for gathering me and all of us for this amazing conference. And yeah, I've had a trilogy of retreats to start off this year in March, April, and May. So I'm in this sacred pause of integration now. And I realized how important these codes really are, how ubiquitous they are, and how we are being called now to collect and connect more deeply with the codes. So first of all, so yeah, I've been running retreats in Edinburgh, in Ireland's ancient east, and also in Dingle in the southwest of Ireland. And each place, as people I'm sure will resonate with, has their distinctive energy and frequency and vibration and code. So, for the purposes of the ease for today, what I view a code is it's like a metaphor. It's like this zip file that when we connect with the code and unzip it, then a whole universe is held within. And I was sharing backstage before we came on that so much clarity came through this morning, as often happens when, particularly when you and I connect, Jocelyn, and when we're going live with this topic about the nature of these codes and how they are held in so many different parts of the wisdom teachings. So what I mean by that is that it's they're held in the archetypes. So this is the season of Bealtaine. They're held in the wisdom wheel, the medicine wheel. I know we'll talk about Queen Maeve as well. She is one of the goddess archetypes, but they're also held in the land. So it's why it's so important now for that so many people feel called to come to the land, and both of us are co-hosting this retreat in Scotland in September. And there's so much wisdom here, and I feel like I've so much to share with the codes and the goddesses and the gods, but also these soul groups that are coming together now to be activated and to activate each other. The codes are held in the astrology, in the different symbols and crystals. And I'll just take a pause there because I can feel the energy rising within me. Like I can't get my words out quick enough. Whoo, sacred pause.
Amazing. Yes. Well, thank you for gathering the codes and bringing them here into our space today. That's so wonderful. Now, something that I know you speak about is your sovereign awakening. And then this is for all of us, right? Our sovereign awakenings. And I know you've kind of said that this is a time when you stopped waiting and stopped asking for permission. And can you tell us more about those moments of the sovereign awakening?
Mm, yes. So, as you shared in my bio, I heard the call to step out of my corporate career in 2017. And that was a key moment for me of this connection to sovereignty and whatever this code of sovereignty and whatever that would mean for me. And it's that moment, well, what it was for me was that moment where I realized I no longer wanted to live or work in the way that I was working within the corporate environment that I was in, and that I was being called to step out into the unknown, specifically with no plan other than what I thought I was going to be doing. And this wasn't part of the plan, what I'm doing now. So it's that moment of trusting the guidance that we are receiving. So this is the awakening of the codes within us, trusting and following that guidance, because that will lead you along a path to pure awakening. And that's what we're being called to, because there are many sovereign goddesses and gods of the land, but also I am from Ireland, and that's a large part of my work is to help awaken the codes of Ireland. And I live in Scotland, awaken the codes of Scotland within people. Because what I know, and I know many people know this, is that we hid the codes in special sacred places, either here on Earth or off Earth in the universe, because at the times of the falls, whether it's Atlantis, Lemuria, the time of Christ and Magdalene, all these different times in history where the energy became distorted and it was no longer safe for the pure codes to be in existence, to be alive within us because of their purity and power that goes alongside that. So we hid them in the land, whether it's in the stones, in the ancient symbology, in the crystal skulls, in the caves, in the bogs. And now we are being called, those of us who are ready and of I'm going to say the right frequency, whatever that is, who are ready, pure of heart, to now reconnect with these codes. And that is our sovereign choice. And that is our sovereign soul path to follow as well. So it's that knowing within us of that truth and that you have a choice to break free from whatever situation you may find yourself in that's no longer serving you, it's no longer helpful, and to step into the unknown, into the new, where you're then free to reconnect with these pure and beautiful and wonderful codes that are waiting for you.
Amazing. Yes, they are waiting. They're waiting for us. And I just want to say there are many stages to that journey, right? I know for me, I had my spiritual awakening when my daughter was born, and I knew I needed to change everything. It like all came through in a second that I needed to change everything. And I was working in corporate at that time, but I had no idea what that even meant, right? So for those listening, you may be in many different stages and you might be where you've realized you need to change your life or you want to change your life, but not know how to do that yet. And that is okay. But the codes will find you.
Yeah. Yes, and it reminds me of it was probably a year before I did consciously know it was time to change, change things around. And for me, it was leaving corporate totally. And I went on a tour to Newgrange, one of the ancient, it's over 5,000 years old in Ireland's ancient East. And I went, it was my son's fifth birthday. And so I brought my three children there to go into this sacred womb tomb of Newgrange. And that was a key moment. And I do feel now that the codes within me were being activated. And that was the beginning of the remembrance. But that was 2016. So it's exactly what you're saying. Like it's only now that I can consciously realize, wow, that was a key moment. But my body knew and my body was beginning to awaken and remember. Yeah, that's a
Amazing.
key moment in the awakening journey.
Yes. Hindsight is 2020, right?
It sure is. It sure is.
Well, can you tell us about Queen Maeve?
Yes. So she is a key holder and activator of the codes. as one of the archetypes. She's both goddess and queen. So we have the goddess codes and we have the queen codes that she is holding. So at this time of our conversation, this is the time of Bealtaine in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's a cross-quarter season in the medicine wheel. So it's the time of Samhain in the Southern Hemisphere. So we have the four cross-quarter seasons that intersect, and then we have the other two that go this way to make the 8 seasons of the medicine wheel. So at this time, and those in the Northern Hemisphere, if you look around you, like everything that Bealtaine is around. It's the blossoming, it's the coming into full life, it's the birthing of the chicks. I've actually got a pigeon nest right outside my window, and there's a pigeon chick in it.
Oh,
Which
beautiful.
is it's the funniest looking creature ever. A wood pigeon. It's a wood pigeon. So they have this beautiful white collar around their neck. So everything is blossoming into life, and we are being reminded of the abundance that is held here on Earth, that the abundant nature of Earth, no matter what situation people may find themselves in, the seasons will always happen. So, this is a really beautiful way to connect with the codes of that particular season. It's multi layered. And one of the goddesses who steps forward to support you is Queen Maebh. So Bealtaine is the Irish for the month of May. So this is her time. The season spans about 6 weeks, 6-ish weeks. And one of her places is in where her codes are really, really strong, where they are grounded into the land, is at the Hill of Tara at Rath Maeve, which is Maeve's fort. She's a sovereign goddess. She knows her truth. She knows who she is. And she is an equal to her counterpart, to her husband, Alil. She was an equal except for this bull. Her husband had a bull and she didn't. And she wanted to go out and get a bull. And it caused all kinds of hassle and fighting and war. So she's associated with war as well. But I feel these goddesses are calling for a rebrand, so to speak. And it's the new codes that are coming in now. No more war, death, and bloodshed. These are the new codes to heal those rifts of separation and come together in community, in harmony. But she does not, she does not mess about. She has her shield, she has her spear, she speaks her truth, and she knows her boundaries. And personally, for me, Maeve has been an amazing ally to help me remember my boundaries, the yes and the no, the receiving and the giving. She is the one at the Hill of Tara who will choose the rightful king to rule the land. Because when the land is ruled by the right people, then Mother Earth flourishes, the land flourishes. And there's a sacred stone at the Hill of Tara, the Leah Fall, the stone of destiny. And in one story, it says that the stone will sing out when the rightful king or queen has been chosen to safekeep and to rule over the land. So when we connect with Queen Maeve, we're receiving all of those codes that she holds, these ancient, ancient wisdom. And she invites you into her rath, which is a circular enclosure. And it's actually about 1 kilometer away from the main part of the Hill of Tara. So I feel like this is intentionally separate. And to me, it feels like a female only place, a goddess place where we gather and receive and drink her mead, her intoxicating elixir from the golden chalice. And from there, we journey shamanically, we dream weave together, and we connect with those codes that you will have hidden eons ago in various places. So Maeve is a very, very strong archetype and wisdom and code keeper when we connect with her.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I feel her power as you are describing her, and I feel her sovereignty and her strength.
Yeah, yeah,
So beautiful. And the bull is interesting. We find the bull in so many of these different mythologies and cosmologies from around the world. The bull is so important,
yeah,
and represents so many different things. You know, it represents life. It was said that bees come from the body of the bull. And the bees are the humming of the bees is the sound of creation. This is something from way, way back deep in ancient Egypt. Anyway, so interesting. The bull being such a masculine figure, and yet it is so tied to the goddess. So it's
yeah.
interesting in this story that she had to have a bull.
Yes. Yeah, and the connection to the bees and the honey as well,
Aha,
which
right.
is what the mead, the elixir is made from. So that sweetness of life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was giving me tingles. The bees coming from the bull.
Mhm.
Wow. I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, how can we become code breakers then? I know you told us a little bit about the codes at the beginning, and so how can we become code breakers? And how
Yeah.
does Maeve help us with that too, I would imagine.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And to explain to people as well, the reason I chose this topic when you invited me to speak and I connected in with the energy of your event, your radical event. And it was the code breakers came through. And this term, a few years ago, I went to this place in outside London called Bletchley Park. Some people may have heard of, I know someone's here from Cambridgeshire, so it'll be near enough to where you are. You may know it. And it's this place that's between Oxford and Cambridge. And during World War Two, um, there was a big recruitment campaign to, especially with the universities, Oxford and Cambridge, top universities in the UK, where the big brains would go to get their degrees. And they recruited the mathematicians, the linguists, the statisticians to come work for them at Bletchley Park at this place that to try to break the codes, in particular, the Germans were encrypting their messages. So these people at Bletchley Park were trying to decode the encrypted messages to, well, to save lives and to try to, yeah, I knew Jackie would know it. Bletchley Park is amazing to visit. And they say 75% of the code breakers at Bletchley Park were women. So yeah, just as you were saying, Jackie. And so it was the big brains breaking the codes. They started to do this manually, and then a machine, an Enigma, it was called the Bomber machine, was then created to do this automatically or as automatic as you could with all these various different combinations.
The early AI.
That's exactly it. Yeah, yeah. And when you go on their website, I went on it this morning just to have a look. There is some exhibition about AI and the code breaking.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
which is really fascinating. And it was such a brilliant place to go to realize, wow, all these people were working together to try to intercept these messages and get ahead and well, try to end the war and save lives. We could
Yeah.
do with a lot of that now as well in
Yes.
our
Yeah, we
ways.
really need some code breaking right now.
Yes. Yeah, which is really what we're doing, isn't it? Each one of us is doing our part to connect with our codes and to either bring them in from the universe, the cosmos, or awaken them within ourselves. So this is where the idea of being the code breaker came from for me. So it's not a new term, it's an ancient term, really. And that we have that choice, that sovereign choice, like Queen Maeve teaches us and reminds us of that warrior God goddess within us to choose now at this choice point that we're at to continue on the way we're doing, in this crumbling patriarchal structure that is going. It really is. To notice as well our patterns within us, life being the greatest mirror of all for the patterns within us that are helpful or not so helpful, and to break those codes. So, in whatever way, to make that choice. I notice this pattern, this healing opportunity, and I'm going to choose this other path, this other way from now on, or to seek support in some particular way. So there are so many different ways that we are and can be the code breakers now. That self-awareness is a huge, huge part. Also, gathering when you feel that urge to gather in an event like this, or lately I've been noticing the power of people coming together in person on the retreats, um, to come together and we activate each other to awaken these codes, to break free of these old patterns that really aren't serving us. I know you talk a lot about this, Jocelyn, and so do I in different ways as well. And to step forth on the new path now that's waiting for all of us. And what amazes me and is so beautiful and moving every time is how people naturally, when we are on the land together, when we're standing in the stone circle or by these huge orthostats and standing stones, or when we go to the sacred wells, we remember, I'm getting chills up the back of my neck, we remember how to be in these sacred places.
Mhm.
People naturally remember to take off their shoes and socks and put their feet in, or just strip off and dive right in, you know. And people remember to place their back against the stone that calls, or their third eye and forehead, or naturally reach out their hands and touch these sacred wisdom keepers, code keepers. So, yeah, there's so many ways that we are breaking the codes and breaking free of these old patterns and cycles and loops that we have been in for far too long. And the land will guide us. Your knowing and truth will guide you, and Queen Maeve will most surely guide you to strip away the lies and step into the fullest truth of who you are as the torch bearer, as the way shower, as the bringer of light. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. So beautiful. And, there are these, sacred places on the land where there are stone circles and we get the activations there, but also anywhere that you go on the land, go to your backyard, go to the park down the street. Every place on the earth is sacred. This is something that keeps coming through for me so strongly lately, right? And the codes are hidden in all of these places, and we receive the activations. Um, from any place on the land. So don't be held back by thinking, oh, I don't have a stone circle near me or an ancient temple or a whatever, just go outside.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Barefoot on the grass,
Yeah.
pick up a stone that calls to you on your
Yeah.
path, and yeah, connect with that. The
Right.
birds as well, as beautiful code keeper.
Sound frequency activations. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just came back, well, you mentioned at the start, I came back from the west of Scotland, and this water actually is from a sacred spring in the west coast, the Morvan Peninsula, which we hadn't been to before. It's a place where the temperate rainforest still exists. Magical, quite wet place. It did rain a fair bit, but the birds, oh my gosh, and the purity of the water. It's
Mm.
absolutely like this is the way it was and will be once again. And we did a trip to Iona. This is my third time going to Iona, and I gathered water from the sacred well. at Iona, which is amazingly on the highest point of the island, 333 feet. There's a code for you. 333 feet or
Oh,
101 meters high. And behind this rock is this heart-shaped natural spring well that bubbles up from the subterranean, bubbles up from deep within the earth. And the codes are here for us in the water, in these sacred places. And yeah, the nature and the birds are so alive and ready to assist us when we are ready. Divine timing is important. So many ways to connect with the codes and be the code breaker, which I think was your original question. And I went off to the west of Scotland and into the well and the
yes,
water.
amazing. Thank you for sharing those pieces with us. Um, well, now, why is the body important for us to really access this radical wisdom?
I love that question. And this is really a journey for me as well to, in order to be open to receive the wisdom, the codes, the transmissions. This is our sacred vessel, as I know so many people here already know. And so our body as our temple is the vessel through which we're receiving the wisdom. So all the senses within our body, our voice, our bones, our DNA, so it's all part of the way to receive the codes. So it's that this is really a growing edge for me, the choice of what to eat or what not to eat, what to drink, what not to drink, what to wear, what to put on our skin. As someone reminded me on one of my retreats, our skin is our biggest organ. So um, what do you what lip balm are you putting on your lips there, Emer? Like, okay, yes, that's a nice mirror for me. So the body, yeah, is the portal, is the way in and out to this new earth for the codes. And personally, for me, I like these moments of stillness. But for me, it's actually the movement that is my meditation. So walking in the woods, walking my dog Riley, um, being able to move and feel unrestricted, to allow the ideas and the inspiration and the codes to arrive. That is a really important part for me. So I know everyone will be so different. Um, Carving out time and space for you and your body to honor this temple that we are living in, that we are existing in as pure divine light, whether that be have a beautiful bath, all those parts of self-care that so many people know already, and honoring the truth of who you are. Because from there, then we're speaking the truth. So the voice and these, you know, the sacred aspect of the vibration of voice is so key to how we're expressing and sharing these voices. And the singing, and you mentioned the bees earlier, um, the many of these ancient sites are sounding and healing chambers. So when we sing alone or together, we're awakening again the resonance and the codes too. So the body really is everything, because that's why we're here alive now in these bodies, to be the vessels to receive the codes and to share them and activate each other. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's so important. Our bodies are, like you said, our bodies are temples connecting heaven and earth, just as the trees do. trees are a little taller than us, but we're doing it too. We're connecting the above and the below, putting our roots down into the earth, putting our crown chakra up to the sky, and we are the temples as well. Now, how can we shine our light? How can we be the torch, especially when it comes to leadership and speaking our voice and these things that can feel so scary sometimes?
Yeah, this really is the journey, isn't it? And a huge part is this growing awareness, like self-awareness of who are you truly and why are you here? And there may be people here that know this automatically, they know it, or you may wish to go get an astrology reading, to really find out what is your blueprint and why were you born here? What is your soul mission? Um, to connect with that truest, deepest soul part of you. And I've forgotten your question now.
Oh, okay. Yes, it was how can we be the torchbearer?
I just totally got lost in the, I think it was in the astrology actually.
That's a great place to get lost too.
Yeah, and talk about codes of astrology, to
Yeah.
really connect with being the torchbearer. So it was you mentioned in my bio as well about Bridget coming with her tiny ember. And this was after I had that witch awakening on the Lionsgate 2020, where it was a torch, it was a raging inferno that was ignited through me. And that really catalyzed that healing journey for me, particularly around voice and expression and truth and sovereignty, and a lot of what we've already explored. And it was so I realized at that stage, this is how we can be the torch holders of the 21st century, is to honor the synchronicities, honor your lived experience in every moment, because that's your pathway into the codes as well. And it was when Bridget did hand me the embers, and in this like awakening vision, and I was so confused, like why she is the one that carries this ancient flame for peace to reign once again. Why is she handing this to me? Oh, am I worthy? Do I feel worthy enough to receive this? And the moment I began to even question it and speak, it became this huge spark that she was handing to me to be a torch holder and to remind others that each one of us are as the role models in whatever way you exist in this lifetime now. You too can and are a torch holder, a flame carrier to inspire others. And also it's the energy of that, the energy of fire, fire that has been used against people in the past, against fire's will. And now it's fire to as a catalyst to ignite and to have this sustainable energy within, to be the torch holder and to follow your path. So really the how part is honoring your fire, whether it is lighting a candle or lighting a fire, if you can, in your garden or outside, to honor these 8 seasons of the year, and working with fire to release and also to receive the wisdom. Because fire is such a powerful, as we know, elemental. Yes, fire burns, but fire births new life as well. So yeah, that's one of the ways. And at the same time as Bridget as the triple goddess of Ireland, but she's also very much associated with Scotland as well. And Bridget's Well in Iona is such a pure place. she is the triple goddess, but also often I work together with Bridget and the Magdalens, the Magdalene codes
Amazing.
of love, of deep, resonant, reverent love. So honoring that. A long-winded answer to your question, but that's the storyteller in me.
Cool. Mhm. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Yes. Now, if there's anything anything you would want to say to our community here about our power and reclaiming our power, what would you say?
Oh, yes. It's such a biggie. So this is what we're breaking free from to even feel like we're powerless because it has been the message over the centuries that we have no power, that we must look up, look up to those on high and the guru mentality. And I know everyone here doesn't want any part of that anymore. So the power over structures are crumbling. They really are, maybe slower than some people would like. And this new journey is the power within. And that's what we're harnessing in a sustainable way and tapping into when we're connecting to our unique codes, is to know that you have this power within. And the more you connect and realize that, the more powerful you become. So Queen Maeve is here with her staff, with her shield, with her mead, her intoxicating elixir to help and support and awaken. It's the time of Bealtaine, the full blossoming in the springtime that brings us into summer, the fullest light, the brightest time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. And to know that you have a choice, like no matter what situation you find yourself in, there is a choice of remaining in the situation or doing something or being something. And you already are something. So this is a remembering again. It's been one of the biggest journeys for me to realize and to recognize my inner power,
Uh-huh.
and that doesn't have to be a shouting, screaming from the pulpit kind of power, that it takes all kinds of form. And sometimes your presence in silence, the very nature of your presence, like you hold such a beautiful presence here, Jocelyn, for this event. And it's the very nature of your presence, of a person's presence, that is the power without even having to say anything. It's someone that walks into a room and you feel the shift in energy. And that's power that goes beyond words. And they're the codes that we hold that go beyond words. This zip file, this metaphor that contains the whole universe within. So in a way, we are rebranding and reframing what power is. We're remembering what power is. It's soft, it's gentle, it's fierce, it's passionate, it's furious, it's all of these things. And that's within each one of us. So it's recognizing that, honoring that, and thanking yourself for holding and remembering these codes. Yeah, it's a
Yes.
big one. And all these archetypes, like the witches, the Magdalens, the Queen code archetype, will all support you in reclaiming these parts of yourself
Mm. Yes.
for this radical new world that we're co-creating.
Yes, we truly are. And yeah, I love what you said about, the our power is soft and passionate and, big and small and it's like all these different aspects of ourselves, and then each one of us get to express our power in our own way, you know, which is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And to hold space for one another in the unique ways that we do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is your power like, everybody? How would you That's an interesting question, right? And write that in the chat or write it in the comments if you're watching this later as a replay. In one or two words, how would you describe your own power? Like the center of your power.
Yeah.
That's I would love to see. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's really the heart and soul of it, isn't it? This this remembrance of your power codes,
your power code.
mm,
Yes, right.
compassion. That's beautiful.
Yeah, Linda says
Yeah.
compassion. Charity says empathy. Beautiful. I want to check in with our YouTube community. Let's see. Hi, Pamela and Rebecca on YouTube. Great to have you with us. Um, yeah, beautiful. Pamela says, I always knew it was a man's world, but have always been quietly rebellious. Yes, it's time to be even more loudly rebellious now, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
We've been waiting a
And
long time.
that's Queen Maeve, these frequencies, her frequencies and codes. Yeah, we can be quietly rebel, and then there comes that moment where we're like, no, no
Not
more of
holding
it.
back anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's the communal aspect too, where we weave together. So that power is so dynamic and shifts. Well, that's what I feel it does for me anyway, in a community aspect, as to a standing alone aspect, like the standing stone or the stone circle. It's the
Right.
symphony of that.
And Heidi says, reminding people of the power of dance as a deep connection to God. That's beautiful. And Ronnie says, love of family, raising my grandchildren and honoring this new generation of power to manifest the new world. Yes, love it. Amazing. Well, I want to go to audience Q&A in a minute here, but let's talk about your free gift, Emer.
Yes,
I know you have a beautiful free gift for us, which is the activating audio transmission infused with Queen Maeve frequency of Rise, or sorry, Queen Rise as Codebreaker. Can you
yes.
tell us more about that?
Yes, so I created this especially for your event, Jocelyn.
Yay,
And
thank
it felt important to honor the new frequencies and the new codes that are coming online now, because it is time for all that is hidden to return to the surface now. So we are being called to rise as the code breakers to co-create the new earth. And it's an audio transmission. And the reason it's audio, I felt was to really help you connect with the sound of the transmission and the frequency that my voice carries in this meditation. So it is a transmission, a meditation to help activate you to rise as this code breaker and to remember your sovereignty with Queen Maeve holding the torch by your side. So I hope you really enjoy it and feel activated from it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for offering that. It sounds really powerful. And I have just put it in the Zoom chat here for those live on Zoom. And if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching this later as a replay on YouTube, it will be in the description field below the video once we're done recording. Um, wow. Well, also, let's talk about your work. Where can people find you online? Any new announcements or anything you want to share?
Yes, so people can find me at Irish Wisdom School. So it's all one word, irishwisdomschool.com. And if you sign up to my free gift, you'll automatically be on my email list and you can unsubscribe anytime. And that's where I share about upcoming events. So I mentioned retreats. I'm at the pause of the trilogy of retreats, but we do have one coming up in September. That's my next retreat, actually, co-hosting with Jocelyn Star Feather on the sacred lands of Scotland. So you can find out more through, I think you have a link
I'll put that link. Yeah,
in,
so this
in
link
yeah.
will be again right below the video if you're watching the recording, and I'm also putting it in the chat here. Yeah, we will be in Scotland September 9th to the 24th on a very mystical, magical journey to the wild north and the islands, the Outer Hebrides Islands to the north. It's going to be really magical and really breathtaking. So I am honored to be co-creating with you on that journey, Emer.
Oh, I'm just so excited. And that is all about unlocking the codes. So
Yes,
it's going to
it
be
is.
really, really powerful. All the different elementals on the land are ready. So that's really the next major retreat. And then I will be running other online programs as well that are coming up and will be announced shortly. So
Beautiful.
that's pretty much it.
Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. I will say about Scotland too, we have, this is a rare occurrence. We have two spaces open right now. It actually filled within just a few days of us announcing it much earlier this year. And there are two people who were traveling together and just found out they can no longer go for personal reasons. And so we have these two spaces now. So if you are interested, don't hesitate. Come check out that page and join us because it's going to be magical and it's meant to be for some two people out there that we don't know who they are yet, and we can't wait to see who you are and welcome you on in to this amazing journey. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the right people. And that's what I find in the retreats, like recalibrations happen because the energy is changing so quickly. And yeah, the weaving and the people that need to be there will be at the
Yeah,
divine time. So yeah,
absolutely.
come join us if you feel called.
Okay. Well, let's go to Q&A. So if you have any questions for Emer, go ahead and put them in the chat, either here on Zoom or over on YouTube. And if you're watching this later as a replay and you have questions, definitely put your questions in the comments. We will be checking them and responding to them even after we're done recording. Now let's see. We have some comments on YouTube. Pamela was commenting on the earlier comment about I have been quietly rebellious. She now said, I'm also a Libra, so I take a lot of holding back and being polite, but then watch out when I've had enough. Yes, absolutely. And Evelyn said her form of power is compassion and love. And Sharon said giving and loyal. Beautiful. I love hearing about the power words. That's really fun. It's really amazing. Let's all claim those powerful ways that we show up in the world.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see Nicola was asking, would you equate Bridget with Vesta?
Mm.
Now, I don't know. Jocelyn, you're the expert on the astrology and the planets.
Yeah,
And
Vesta. So Vesta is Vesta and Hestia are the same, Greek and Roman. And so this is a goddess who represents the hearth fire,
mm,
and she represents the nurturing of the home is a piece that is not so much in the astrological Vesta. It's a little bit, but the goddesses Vesta and Hestia in the Greek and Roman mythology. This is about taking care of the home, tending the home. It's very nurturing energy, and it's like the hearth fire, keeping the hearth fire burning. In astrology, it's a little bit more about the fire within us of the Kundalini energy,
mm.
and keeping that fire burning, right? So it's an interesting little twist on it that the astrological interpretation is a little different. But anyway, they're definitely all about fire, similarly to Bridget.
Yeah, and she is, that's one of her aspects is the hearth
Okay.
and the forge and the flame. So yes, then it would be they are similar.
Yeah.
And you've always also asked, does Maeve have any connections with Sheila na gig? And I would see Queen Maeve as a separate deity in her own right, and Sheila na gig is a separate. So Sheila na gig is the fertility goddess, and you see her. There are about 100 left in Ireland that are carved into the stone, and they were often carved at the entranceway to churches. And she would have her yoni open and receptive, as so she's a fertility goddess. So I would view Sheila as a separate in her own right as well. In fact, she commands that she be viewed and honored as a separate deity herself. So
Yes,
yeah,
she says I cannot be duplicated.
yeah, yeah. Don't mix me up with Maeve as much as I love her. We have great fun together.
Right.
But,
But we
but there
are
will
on
be similar, overlaps in the energies as well.
yeah, beautiful. All right. Don't be shy, everybody. Speak up with your questions. Valerie says there is a movie, the Bletchley Park film. Um, and let's see, Cumberbatch stars as a mathematician and cryptanalysis Alan Turing, who led a brilliant team of code breakers at Britain's top secret World War II facility. Okay, very interesting. So if anybody wants to learn more about Bletchley Park, sounds like there's a movie for that. Very cool.
Great.
Let's see. And Heidi is asking, Jocelyn, have you begun again leading workshops to help people develop? I think what you're saying is about summits to create a conference. So I do guide people in trainings to create conferences just like this one. So yes, I'm still doing that. So if anybody's interested in that, you can reach out to me. I'm doing that only one-on-one now. I used to do that in small
Mm.
groups, which was wonderful. And I have decided I want to focus on fewer clients that I'm taking care of, in general, because I'm doing more of these journeys and pilgrimages and tours and retreats. So I'm just taking on, one client here, one client there for the summits, not in the groups anymore. But yes, I'm still doing
And
that.
I
Thanks
vouch,
for
I
asking.
vouch for them because I did learned how to do summits with Jocelyn in 2019. So that's how we first connected.
It is, yes, yes. And just look at all that you've created since that time. It's so you've just blossomed in so many wonderful ways. I mean, your work is so beautiful, Emer. So yeah,
Thank you.
yes,
Ditto.
yes. Let's see. Bridget is asking, is there a story of Maeve connected to any particular star system? Or Bridget connected to any star systems? I don't know the answer to that one. I don't know if you do, Emer. There probably are, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, yes. And I don't know. I don't know. Taurus, because we were talking about the bull earlier, Taurus was coming to mind. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge of the stars yet. I haven't received those codes in yet to speak definitely about that.
Yeah,
But the
but that's
sacred
very interesting.
sites, certain sacred sites are aligned to the stars, as I'm sure you'll know, Bridget, as well.
Right. Yes. Um, Somebody, I can't see your name, but you're saying that Helios. So Helios is the sun god. Helios in ancient Greece was the god who's in his chariot. He pulls the sun across the sky, right? So Helios, representing the sun, is the counterpart of Vesta. Interesting. I had not heard that one before, but very interesting. Um, yeah. Okay. I'm going to check YouTube one more time for questions. Okay. I don't see any brand new comments there. So, yeah, well, I think we can close the call here soon. Thank you so much, Emer, for all that you've shared today. It's been so inspiring and empowering. And yes, let's all go forth and really receive these codes. The codes are coming to us, is what I'm getting from what you said, right? So we want to be open our hearts even more than our minds as well, but mostly the hearts.
Yeah.
Let our hearts lead us, and everybody go out and let those codes in because they are ready to arrive to us.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The pure of heart. And all we need to do is show up
Yeah,
as the truth of who you are.
beautiful. Well, thank you again, Emer. So such a joy to talk to you as always.
And the same, likewise. Thank you so much for inviting me here and to show up live. It's beautiful to really feel into and connect with the energy of your event. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you for saying yes to the live adventure. I love doing the lives. It's just so fun. I mean, all of you on here live with us. It's so fun to be with you. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. And yeah, to really get to be in conversation with everybody. So thank you for doing it in this format, Emer. It's so wonderful. And yeah, everybody, thank you for being here with us. I'm so excited to bring these amazing speakers and visionaries to you, like Emer. And we will have another live interview coming up soon with Julia Weigert, and she's talking about the path of the initiate and the Magdalene journey. So we will speak with her at 12 noon Eastern time, so about 1 hour from now. Join me back here then, everybody. Same Zoom link. It's the same Zoom link, same YouTube channel, all throughout the event. So it's easy to find us. And I can't wait to see you soon for Julia's interview. And bye for now, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Emer. Have a wonderful
Bye.
day.
You too.